Hi and welcome to this lesson. So I said in the last one that I'm going to use VirtualBox to run Ubuntu. I'll provide a link to VirtualBox so you can go ahead and download it. Once you've got it installed, you're going to click on New. We want to call it Ubuntu. And it's already going to pick up it's Linux and the version is Ubuntu. Depending how much RAM you've got on your system, you're going to want to bump this up. About 2 gigs should be enough. 10 gigs of hard drive space is also fine. You can spec this to your machine, and we want to make sure that create a virtual hard disk is enabled. So we want to click on create. We can use a hard disk type, we can keep it as VDI. And again, storage preferences, you can choose either one. Fixed size means it will take up the entire 10 gigs, whereas dynamically it will increase up to 10 gigs, but only as we use the storage. So I'm going to set dynamically. Click on create. Now we haven't attached the ISO yet, so what we're going to do is click start. Now it's going to ask me to find the file. So I've gone ahead and downloaded it. There we go. There's my ISO. So I'm going to click on open and start. I'm just going to maximize this. So now we want to go ahead and select our language. I'm going to select English. I'm going to click yes and update to a new installer. Now I'm going to click on change the layout. I'm using the arrow keys to select this. Because I'm in the UK, I have a UK keyboard. So now I'm going to click done. We're going to leave the network as is. We don't have a proxy set up. We can click done on here. And we can click done on here because we want to use our VirtualBox disk. So this is telling us what it's going to do, but it's going to use our VirtualBox hard disk. It's going to use 1 megabyte for grub, which is the bootloader. And it's going to use the other nearly 10 gigabytes as our main drive. So if you're coming from Windows, that would be your C drive, and it would be formatted in NTFS, whereas with Linux, we use ext4 as our file system. We'll click done, and then we're going to select continue. You can fill this in, so I'm going to put my name, TJ, my server name. So this is also the host name, so I'm going to call this Ubuntu-VM, username. And if you're wondering how I'm going through these, I'm pressing tab. You can also use enter. So pick a username. So my username, I will pick TJ Ubuntu. Password. Because this is a VM, I'm not too worried about the password being super secure. So I'm going to pick something very simple, which is ABC123. Hit enter and confirm that's ABC123. And click done. I'm not going to install OpenSSH for now, so we're going to click done. Now this bit's pretty cool. A bit like a Windows server when you can pick what you want to set up, for example like a DHCP server. You get the same here with Ubuntu. So I can go ahead and pick what packages and services I want to install. And because we're not actually setting up that much, we're not too worried, but I think it's pretty cool that here we can set up Kubernetes, Docker, AWS CLI, we can have this already pre-installed for us. But because we're not interested in that, I'm going to click done. And now it's going to start installing. Excellent, now we've installed, let's click on reboot. Now it's asking us to remove the installation media so we can go up to our optical drives, click on Ubuntu, and that will now uncheck it. Right, so our login will be the username and password we set up. So in my case, it'll be TJ Ubuntu, and my password, ABC123. There we go, I'm in. So that's how we set up Ubuntu in VirtualBox. This is fine to go ahead and use, but because this is going to be a bit small for you to see throughout the course, I'm going to do it the AWS way. So if you're happy with using VirtualBox, jump ahead straight to the command section. If you want to see how to set it up on AWS and spin up an EC2 instance, join me for the next lesson. I look forward to seeing you there.